G'day guys, I have an emergency update today. So Bitcoin is absolutely tanking right now. Now, going into this video, I'm going to explain exactly why Bitcoin is tanking in price and my exact strategy moving forward so I can capitalize off of this. But if you like the sounds of that, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get into the video. Now, in the last hour, Bitcoin has dropped about 9% in the last hour, which is absolutely a massive move, and altcoins have been tanking even more than that. Now, what has caused this massive crash in price? Well, firstly, guys, it was actually the Matrix port which predicted that the SEC will reject all spot coin ETFs. Now, we know it's been a lot of hype around these current ETFs that's been driving the price and driving speculation and really pushing the markets up in value. Now, if this ETF was to get rejected, then we would be very likely to see a massive downturn in price, and we could see Bitcoin go down to levels that we never thought it would possibly go down to. However, this is just a prediction. The market is only down based on one analyst prediction. There have been countless people predicting that this ETF will get approved. Now, for me, this is just FUD, and I view this as a massive buying opportunity because one market analyst predicts that the SEC is going to reject all the spot Bitcoin ETFs doesn't mean that that's going to happen. I still think that it's more likely than not that this ETF does get approved before the 10th of January, which is when the deadline is. Now, this tweet as well from Ben Armstrong, we do have a CME gap at 39,600. So if you guys don't know, the majority of CME gaps always get filled. And this is, how can I best explain this? So when traditional markets trade on the stock market, they close on the weekends, and that leaves a gap in price. Now, because Bitcoin is 24/7, the big players like to push the price either down or up to fill these gaps so that their orders can get filled in these zones. So it's a very high percentage of CME gaps always get filled. So we could see the price go down potentially a little bit more, but I don't see it dropping much below 39,600. Now, it's actually interesting, guys, because literally just earlier today, Jim Cramer went on CNBC and actually flipped bullish on Bitcoin, and was telling people to buy. Let's just have a quick look at this.
No, there won't be an ETF, but I do think that the people who are in it for that are going to use that as a chance to sell. But this thing is, you can't kill it.
No, can't.
And the late Charlie Munger, who was so brilliant on so many things, was blind to this. Now you can say, wait a second, maybe it's all going to come
Jamie
around.
Dimon has not spared any negative words.
No, but look, I mean, it's a reality and it's a technological marvel, and I think people have to start recognizing that it's here to stay. The SEC's been against it almost the whole time.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean that every one of these is here to stay, but I do think that this is a remarkable comeback that was unexpected, except for all the bulls who have turned out to be right.
Gensler does a lot of jawboning.
Didn't work. No, there won't be any.
So guys, you should know every time Jim Cramer tells you to buy a stock or to sell, you should do the opposite. It's the inverse Cramer effect. Every single time he's told you to buy Bitcoin, the price has dumped, and every single time he's told you to sell has been at the bottom of the market. So you can literally just do the opposite of what this guy says, and you're most likely going to be profitable. Now, let's take a look at the charts. So where are we going from here? Well, let's zoom out a little bit. So in this chart straight away, we can actually see that we've actually bounced off a pretty key level of support here. So as long as we don't break these levels, or even potentially these lows down here, I'm still bullish, and I still think we're going to get a continuation to the upside. Now, let's pull our volume profile for a second. Yeah, so we can actually see we got a little bit oversold on our volume profile, and we since pretty much bounced off of that level. So I'm not expecting us to make a new low. And looking at some of our indicators like our Bollinger Bands, we can see that we literally came to the bottom of our Bollinger Bands, indicating that we were quite over sold. And if we have a look at our momentum waves as well, let's go to a shorter time frame. We can actually see that we are quite oversold in the short term. So I'm expecting to get a bit of a bounce back up. And altogether, this isn't something we should be worried about too much, guys. I'm going to be buying this dip. I actually just bought some XRP on leverage. And this is a good time to be buying and accumulating your favorite altcoins. So it is just FUD. It is just one endless prediction that has driven the price down. But altogether, we are still bullish. We can actually see here that we are still in a very key uptrend. And as long as we don't break this trend here, we're actually still in bullish market structure. So I'm expecting this to continue up, and my target is that 38K level. And the reason why I'm targeting that 38K level is because it's actually a very key level. It is our Fibonacci golden pocket, and it's also our local high from back here in April of 2022. So I don't think that we are going to break bullish price structure. I do think that we are going to climb up to that 48K level before we potentially have another correction back down. But that's pretty much all I've got for today, guys. If you liked that video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.